reinforced surface of articulating concrete block mats, which I kind of want to see. This improves traction and durability in that steep terrain. It is 16 feet wide, large enough to accommodate one party at a time. So it's single file, getting your boat down, but they are saying that this is going to help preserve boat access down to the reservoir, even though the levels are really, really low.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The ranking by largest acre feet of water. So it turns out it's Lake Mead is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was good. Lake Powell's number two. So there you go. Yeah, they are, and they're right by each other. I mean, that's.
Tell me number 3 is Rockport.
No.
I know it's not Rockport.
Gosh, I'm going to screw this up. Lake Sakakakewa. Gosh dang it, I hate myself.
No, you did good. You said it good.
No. I prefer this one. I prefer Kentucky Lake. Just give me Kentucky Lake, and then we'll move on. But yeah, I didn't know that it was that big. I didn't know it was that big either.
Oh yeah,
in my head that we're just not a good. I was reminded last week when we went to Idaho this last weekend, and I was like, man, I am so jealous of just how many rivers they have like right here, and the amount of irrigation ditches that are just chock full there, and they're having a low water. They had a low water year too, but man, it's just it's crazy to think how much the water is just such at a premium. We need to. You know what else
they've done there?
What?
They've moved Bullfrog Marina.
Yeah, that one,
the western shore, closer to Hall's Crossing.
So Hall's Crossing. So I know some neighbors who they had to have their stuff moved. They had to go move them, and. Because all those boats are like tethered together and everything, and it was a massive deal to get these things all moved.
Yeah,
but it's crazy to think too that Lake Mead and Lake Powell, both Colorado River properties, both owned by the Colorado River, because you would think the Mississippi and the Missouri, those would be ones that would provide. And yeah, the Colorado River has the number 1 and number 2, because obviously you have to dam those things up or get those things filled up because this is a place that does not have as much water compared to the rest of the world. So there you go.
Yeah.
Millard, we got to take a break. When we come back, we have more to go around the corner, including, yes, there's a sports topic to come up. You ready for this? The whole thing with Brendan Sorsby, who was the quarterback at Cincinnati, who then came to Texas Tech with a $5 million check in tow because that's how much they paid him to come play for him. It's now been found out, of course, that he placed more than 9,000 bets over the past 24 months. As an active NCAA player, which of course is a massive violation. That's against all the rules. However, he got a massive judgment yesterday, and that injunction that's going to allow him to play this year has sent the rest of the country into a fury. Nobody is happy about how this thing went down. Everybody feels like all the ethics are being violated. In a time when college football and college sports are being compromised by so many other things, when this guy's getting allowed to play, what the Big 12, this conference that BYU and Utah are members of, what they're doing, and what some of the conference members are threatening against Texas Tech if they go forward with this and allow him to play. Stay with us. More to go right here on KSL Brightside.
There's one choice for Congress in Utah's 3rd District, Celeste Malloy. Celeste Malloy has President Trump's complete and total endorsement. She fought alongside President Trump to secure the border, grow the economy, protect the Second Amendment, and deliver results for Utah families. Thanks to Trump-endorsed Celeste Malloy, Utah families are seeing massive tax savings, safer communities, and a country that's getting back on track. President Trump and Utah can count on Celeste Malloy to deliver solutions. She will never let you down. On June 23rd, vote for Celeste Malloy, the Trump-endorsed candidate. She has President Trump's
complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Winning for Women Action Fund and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.wfwactionfund.com. Winning for Women Action Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is Nate Orchard from Advanced Window Products. When you live in Utah, your windows do a lot more than let the light in. They protect your home from freezing winters, blazing summers, and everything in between. That's why Advanced Window Products builds every window for your local climate. No middleman, no out-of-state delays, just factory direct quality, custom made for your home. Imagine a quieter home, a warmer home, a cooler home. Our high-efficiency vinyl windows are engineered to lower your energy bills and boost your comfort all year round. And installation is done by our own certified in-house crews, never subcontractors. That's why Utah homeowners give us 5-star reviews. Right now, take advantage of our anniversary sale. For a limited time, get $2,500 off when you buy 10 or more windows. Call 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. For 40 years, Advanced Window Products has been the name Utah trusts for custom replacement windows and sliding glass doors. Advanced Window Products, built here, installed here, trusted here. Call 801-850-9100 for that $2,500 off, or visit us at advancedwindows.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
One of the best things about Soda Diet and Nutrition, and that helped me the most to let go of 70 pounds in 5 months, was their dynamic diet with the nutritionist tailoring it to my lifestyle. We get up super early, Amanda.
Yeah.
We don't eat at normal times.
Right.
And they worked it out so that I was eating at the times that my family did and the times that I was awake, so that it was customized to me. I had a friend who's a type 1 diabetic, did soda.
Yeah.
They customized it to him. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing.
People have food sensitivities, right? They have weaknesses. They have habits. So it's not one size fits all. It's for you and your specific health needs. This nutritionist you're going to work with, she became like my friend because she really helped me get through. I lost 37 pounds in 3 months, and I've kept it off for almost 4 years.
You can see the results by going to sodadietandnutrition.com. Everybody that does this and that sticks to it has the results without pills, crazy exercises, or fad diets. Sodadietandnutrition.com. Because soda is, say it with me, Amanda, state of the art.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. The news just keeps getting weirder on KSL News Radio.
All right, we're going to introduce a sports topic, which is actually really interesting because it involves football, which I've gotten into as well. But it's not really about football. It's about mental health, gambling, and what does it mean to follow the rules. And this is actually a really interesting story. So let me break it down really quick. You may have heard the bare bones. There's a young man named Brendan Sorsby who's expected to play as quarterback at Texas Tech, which is a Big 12 school. That's the conference both the Utes and the Cougars play in. So he is a top-performing quarterback. He could go to the NFL for sure. And then it was discovered that he actually has been gambling quite a bit. Not only has he been gambling, he actually has been gambling on college football. Not only has he been gambling on college football, but he's been gambling on games in which he played. Now, this is obviously a fundamental rule of sports, that you may not gamble on games in which you are playing. These are the things that get you fired, right? These are major, major problems. And sure enough, this led to him being ruled by the NCAA permanently ineligible. If you are wagering on games in which you are playing, you are permanently eligible, banned from the NCAA. Yeah. Never play football again.
I'll clarify, too. When he was making, according to him, the bets that he made 9,000 bets, by the way, over the time frame that they've been looking at. So one of the things that they did was it when you were playing in these games against or with Cincinnati? He's like, no. It was when I was on the team, though, and wasn't the starting quarterback. And they're like, It's the same. Like, I mean,
It's
you're
the
betting
same.
like you're in the locker room, man.
You're
You're
there.
in the locker room. You're the backup quarterback, or whatever it might be.
And when you're the backup quarterback, you could be on the field.
Plus,
Now,
you know a couple things, by the way, when it comes to it. Injuries, stuff like that other people don't know, and that makes a huge difference, and it's a problem. All of it's a problem.
So here's what happened. This goes to court, and he says, hey, or his defense attorney says, hey, man, this young man has a gambling addiction. Addiction is a mental health problem. You cannot ban him for a mental health problem. And the judge agreed.
Gave him the
and
injunction.
It ruled.
Yeah.
It said, hey, you cannot stop this kid from playing. You have to let him play, which means he's going to be playing this year. And that has caused all kinds of consternation.
Well, they set the
it's so
trial.
interesting seeing people that I'm seeing again for the first time.
They set the trial too. They go, hey, look, so we're going to figure this thing out. So you set the injunction, so he's going to be allowed to play. It's making everybody insane. And
Yes.
then here's the other thing. Like all of the other athletic departments who are held to a standard, they're all looking at it and they go, oh, it's because Texas Tech has a bunch of money. And by the way, that's what it feels like. And by the way, it feels like it's an episode of Friday Night Lights where the judge just goes, I don't see any problem. He's a good boy. And you go, okay, come on. He's a good boy, and he has some problems. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client, he's hurt. He's hurting on the inside. Anyway, he's going to need to play football this year. And then they go, fine, we'll set the injunction up, but you are going to go to trial. Trial set for February. The season will have been over by 2 months. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because this is a big problem.
Yeah.
I get the point he was trying to make about mental health. I get that, but this is a real thing.
It's a problem,
right? This is a real thing. He can't. I don't think he can just skate away from
There
this.
are already no rules in college athletics anymore, and then this one makes it official that they're all gone. Totally.
I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
Number one, do you think it would be at all possible to see other college teams say we don't want to play Texas
They already
Tech?
have. They already have. So you've had big
threatened
teams.
to, or they are saying
No.
this?
Okay, so here's the interesting thing, and this is what Brett Yormark, who's the commissioner of the Big 12, actually brought this up, and they're in discussions because there are teams who are saying, we actually don't want to play them. That's complicated when you're the member of a conference, because when you're a member of a conference, then it's not just you at stake. There's a lot of other schedules that are at stake. Now, here's interesting because Mark Harlan, the athletic director up at the University of Utah yesterday, made a comment on social media. It's like, this is a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Awful decision.
But I think neither the Utes nor the Cougars
neither
are playing
BYU
Texas
nor
Tech
BYU
this year, right?
neither BYU nor the Utes play Texas Tech this year, which already people looked at and they went, nice, Texas Tech. You get to avoid a couple of the best teams in the conference on your way to try to go for another Big 12 championship. These guys are the conference champions right now.
Yeah.
So any move they make, everybody looks at and goes, oh, okay, that's nice that you get to have this guy come in.
Have they had anyone drop out of the schedule?
From the conference, no, because officially that's going to take – you're going to have to move a mountain a little bit with that because these are in-conference teams. They might say, hey, Brett Yormark, the commissioner, because the commissioner works for the schools in a way. So the conference goes there and goes, hey, we're going to go, and here's what our member institutions, that's what they call them. Here's what our member institutions want to do. Texas Tech will roll up and go, come on, that's what the judge said, and we're just going by with what the judge said. This is a law. And then everybody else is going, you guys are freaking cheating, and we don't want to be a part of this. Other teams that can do this are teams that aren't members of it.
Non-conference teams.
Yeah, the University of Georgia, I know today came out and just sent a full blanket statement to their athletic department and said, don't schedule these guys.
Yeah.
Don't schedule these guys for in any way, shape, or form. And that's when you have a legitimate, when I say legitimate, you have a national champion pedigree program like Georgia who goes, we're not even going to touch you guys. And going forward, we don't want to.
So really, Texas Tech needs to stand up and say, we're not going to play this kid.
Right. That's what the pressure they're trying to put on is to have them go, listen, none of your competitors feel like you guys are doing the right thing here. You can try to stand on whatever you want here, but everybody thinks that you're playing on a different playing field and no one wants to play with you, so good luck with that.
So here's my second question. This kid is widely considered to be NFL bound, or at least a prospect.
Yeah.
Okay. Does this put an early end to the NFL?
No. None of that. Like the NFL would look and go, we'll take you. Like
you think so?
No, it's not. There might be some character questions that GMs will ask. What I'm saying is it doesn't knock his eligibility out to play in the NFL.
I know it doesn't
at all.
knock it. I doesn't change his
But from a personal
eligibility.
standpoint, general managers, when they go through the interviewing process, when they go through all this stuff, they will look at this guy with two magnifying glasses for sure. But guys are taken and picked up for teams for a lot worse. You know what I mean?
well,
and talent and winning
depends,
always
though.
wins out. Oh, Ethan, there are guys that are at training camp right now who are accused of massive, domestic abuse issues. And people look and they go, that guy's a piece of garbage. They're like, yeah, but he might help us win. And it's unfortunate because the NFL puts a premium on winning. They get killed over that all the time, and they just kind of go, yeah, but who cares?
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. But I do think
they'll suspend guys, but
I do think, though, that what he represents might be something a little different, because you've got a football player who's got a violent past or something like that. They see that one way. That's terrible. They probably shouldn't be able to play the game. But I think the team as a business has to look at liability at a certain point, right? And so
right, sure.
If you've got this young man who comes in and, okay, I'm going to play football for him, a great quarterback. By the way, I have a massive gambling addiction. I'm going to expose your organization to huge liabilities.
So I'll show you right now. The other thing that happens is when guys get in trouble with drugs, gambling, or any those types of things, there's a program that they can kind of hide behind a little bit, and that's to go, I'm in treatment. I'm in treatment right now. And so there's a little bit of a you can't touch me sort of a thing. When it comes to substance abuse, the NFL has a thing where like you'll go into the substance abuse program. If you go into the substance abuse program, players know that you can kind of hide there for a minute. Even if they're not interested in changing it, the majority of them do try to change. The gambling is the same thing. They treat it like that, like, I'm in treatment.
But that has to expose, and I guess I don't know, but it feels like teams expose themselves to liability in the legal gambling industry if they knowingly play players who have a gambling problem.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, you're right. The reality is,
couldn't you make an argument that then the team is responsible in some way or liable for gambling losses? I mean, obviously this is just me speculating, but like I don't know. I get the logic. All right, we got to grab the news.
We got to go to news, traffic, and weather. When we come back, I'm interested to see how this thing ends up. I would love to see teams threatening them and just wielding that power, because right now Texas Tech has all this money behind them. They have all this power, and everyone's going, it's going too far. You're doing this the wrong way. And if they start canceling games against them, I would love to see it. I would love to see how this thing gets approached. We will return back to the program when we do come back. This one's fascinating. Ethan brought this one up to the table here. How about a Utah high school student who's decided they want to remove this one item to be able to keep students on track throughout the day? We'll tell you what it is. It's actually quite interesting. It's kind of going to be a shock, too. You're never going to guess what it is if you don't know the story already. Stay here. It is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
1:31 at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small to look at our top stories this half hour. A second group is filing a lawsuit in an effort to block a proposed ICE detention facility on Salt Lake City's west side. The group Uproar Utah says their case will focus on civil rights and due process concerns and would be separate from the lawsuit already filed by Salt Lake City and Salt Lake County.
The stories of countless Utah families all point to the same truth. The system is broken, not the people living inside it.
That's immigration advocate Liliana Bolaños. Organizers say they are coordinating with attorneys behind the city and county lawsuit while exploring their own legal arguments. A North Carolina man accused of forging signatures on the petition to repeal Utah's anti-gerrymandering law has taken a plea deal. Chadwick Klutz has pleaded no contest to 2 counts of forgery. While not admitting his guilt, Klutz agreed to a punishment of $10,000 in fines and faces 0 to 5 years in prison for each count. If he obeys the terms of the agreement, the other 20 charges against him will be dismissed after a year. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. President Trump is blaming Iran for downing a U.S. helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. In a new post to Truth Social today, the president said, quote, "The United States must of necessity respond to this attack. Both pilots involved are safe and are unharmed." Your money at this moment, the Dow is now trickled down into negative territory. It's now down 25 points. The S&P 500 still down 44. The NASDAQ has fallen even further, now down 344 points. Coming up, just gorgeous weather for the next few days, but it is going to get pretty hot again soon. Take a look at the forecast next. KSL News Time, 1:33.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
This year, Utahns are celebrating the 250th anniversary of our country, Utah style, because everything from Utah's red rock deserts to our snowy peaks are worth celebrating. It's our land, our communities. Join us in celebrating our country with Utah style. Join the statewide celebration. Get involved at america250.utah.gov. Brought to you by America First Credit Union.
Hey, it's Julie. Your wildest dreams will come true when you win this getaway to Logan. Get revved up for a half day of mountain adventure on a side-by-side from Beaver Creek Lodge. Soak up Logan's small-town charm by wandering downtown for local shops, live theater, and fresh flavors, including lunch or dinner at the family-friendly Prodigy Brew Pub. Experience living history at the American West Heritage Center and have dinner at Elements Restaurant with patio dining by the river. Dream away for 2 nights at the Marriott. Jealous? Plan your trip at explorelogan.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Management Minute is a service of the MBA program in the John M. Huntsman School of Business at Utah State University. I'm Professor Scott Hammond. Lots of companies do risk assessments to see how their supply chains are disrupted. Just like empires used to build navies to protect themselves from pirates, most businesses, large and small, have individuals or whole teams working to protect themselves from cyber threats. In polls, cybersecurity has ranked as the top concern for senior leaders in the last 5 years. When cybersecurity met artificial intelligence this year, a monster rose out of the sea and threatened to eat Tokyo. Sorry for the Godzilla reference. A new generation of disruptive pirates is using AI to attack your company. Globalization has created reliable supply chains that provide low-cost goods. It's not geopolitical conflict that will break the chain, but AI-driven cybersecurity. Learn more about the forces shaping businesses with an MBA from Utah State University. Go to utahstatemba.com. I'm Scott Hammond. Hope to see you in one of our classes.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. Receive 4% cash back on cruises at uccu.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
A crash in Sandy, northbound I-15 just after 106 South. Mostly to the right, but it is causing some delays. That's only on the northbound side of I-15. And good news for Weber County drivers. The crash that had closed northbound Wall Avenue, that has been cleared. All lanes are now open after 20th Street in Ogden. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL weather, look for a high of 76 degrees today with mostly cloudy skies and a 30% chance of rain. Mid to upper 70s for the next couple of days with plenty of sunshine. And then by Friday, we should be back up into the mid-80s. Could hit 90 again by Saturday. Right now, it is 70 degrees and mostly cloudy in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Doug Wright is probably rolling over in his grave hearing us back on the air.
And Alex Curie.
Well, first of all, Doug's not dead, but yeah, he probably would not approve.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, we're back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. We sure do appreciate you joining us today. Some interesting news out of Granite School District. School's going to look a lot different at Kearns High School this coming fall for two main reasons. Now, number one, a cell phone ban goes into effect. Total cell phone ban at school. They don't want to see your cell phones.
Yeah, I don't know what districts are doing all that. I think ours is a part of it.
Davis School District. This is widespread, but it's hitting Kearns High School on July 1st. And then by the end of the summer, Kearns High School will have pulled all of the mirrors out of its bathrooms.
Oh, out of the bathrooms.
Out of the bathrooms. Now, you can read about this in the Trib. They say that the bathrooms have been a problem. The mirrors in the bathroom have been a problem because students are spending too much time in the bathroom. And that distracts them, and it makes them late for class.
I can see that.
Can you?
I can see that because I have one of my kids is a real hair. He's a hair guy.
Are they a preener?
Yeah, and it's not like he has his hair parted and he combs it. It's the thing now is you got to do at least and he did the buzz. He did the buzz for the summer, which I like. I like the buzz for the summer because it
simplifies everything.
It simplifies everything, and also on top of it, like it actually makes him look like younger. And then it does make me think to myself that he's not going to leave the house in the next 10 months. Like, even though he is, there's this part of me that goes, "Oh,
does he know where he's going to go to school?"
Not yet. Chosen? No, he's got some options. It's fine. I'm making him retake all of the tests again too, which he hates. Yeah, because I told him he had to get certain scores on his ACT, and then he wouldn't have to take it again. But if he gets below that, I'm going to make him take it again. But the whole thing is that if he gets below that score, because he refused to do any of the those like free classes and stuff. Come on, man. Like, nobody I know is doing it, and he was really close to the number I gave him because it's a pretty aggressive number, and he got close enough for him to think that he could make an argument still, and the argument was we made a deal, buddy, and you're going to go back and you're going to take the ACTs again, and I just want him to get a little bit of money to go to school. You know what I mean? If he stays here in state,
Dude, you want to know something? Here's how I think every student should do it: community college first.
I'm 1,000%.
It is
on board with
so
that.
good. It is so good.
It's kind of the version of what collegiate athletes do now, where they go, I'm just going to be awesome over here, and then these big schools are going to want me, and they'll pay me a ton of money.
Yeah,
that happens. That's the old school way of doing it that you're talking about. Community colleges that's the model that they use.
Oh yeah,
across the board, and they're also cheaper. Like by a kajillion.
Yeah.
I think when you get your first bill for $1 kajillion for a state school that you thought didn't cost that much money, you get hit. And by the way, we were talking about this too. Like, school is so freaking expensive.
Yeah.
I went to BYU, and I remember, and my parents' whole thing was we'll pay for half your tuition, right? If you go to school, we'll pay for half your tuition. So I think that they're relieved when like you're at a school like BYU because
it's not as much money as it could have been.
I think I remember having to come up with $900 for my part of the tuition for a semester.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like $900 nowadays for a semester of school? That's an insane thought because now it's, I don't care if you're in-state or out-of-state, you're paying $15,000 to go to an in-state school even nowadays. So it's a lot of money these days, and so if he could do some, then yeah. But the answer is no. He's putting off all of the. What do you want to do with your life? Stop asking me.
That's all right.
Quit it.
Look, he doesn't have to decide now. And then you know what the cool thing about life is? You can always do it different.
But the hair thing,
you
like I
can
said,
always stop, change the way you're doing it, do it different.
When he was, and I'm only pantomiming this because I don't have the hair to show you, but he would find a reflection in anything, wherever we were. Ethan, I couldn't believe the places he was finding reflections.
Yeah.
To be able to adjust his hair.
Did he have kind of long hair?
No, it wasn't even long. It was just kind of, but they do the thing, and it was like he wanted a certain level of like,
oh yeah, they pull it. Yeah,
fake
they pull
looking.
it.
Yeah, like, and he would do, and he had this like, and he would find a reflection anywhere he could find it. I remember walking past, stores and things like that, and he sees himself in the mirror for 1 or 2 seconds, and he'll stop for a second and keep going. Yeah. So the mirrors and people standing in front of the mirrors, the stereotype of like a bunch of girls standing in front of a bunch of mirrors in front of the.
It's boys too.
But oh my goodness, it might be more.
So I think it's hilarious. So if you're just tuning in, Kearns High School is pulling out all the bathroom mirrors in its school. So when your kids go back to Kearns High School this fall, they won't be able to do their hair in the mirror at the bathroom. They're doing it because they say kids are hanging out in there and they're late for class. So I'll tell you this though. So number one, I think it's hilarious. Do you think this is a good idea? Text us 57500 is the text. We'd love to hear from you. Number one, I think it's hilarious. I think it doesn't matter whether there are bathrooms or not. I really don't think it matters. Or not bathrooms, mirrors. I don't think it matters whether they're mirrors or not. I think it's funny they're being pulled. But I also think that Kearns is going to find that it wasn't the bathrooms, it wasn't the mirrors that was making kids late for class. It was just being in the bathrooms with their friends. And I think that that's what they're going to find, because I really, and I guess maybe I shouldn't second guess them. I can assume they did their own research, but I feel like it's just students being in the bathroom with friends, mirrors or not. That's the thing that's going to make them late for class. Not that they're standing there preeting. So we'll see.
What's funny too is I asked my kids the other day, like, because I'll ask them, I go, do you guys ever use the bathroom at school? And they're like, absolutely not. If they can avoid it. You know what I mean? I don't think they like going in there.
Why not?
For actually using the bathroom. I think what they do is they go in there for socializing. And
so
what they do is they can hide a little bit, because administrators don't like being in a bathroom with a bunch of kids. And so they're like, hey, what's going on in there? Figure it out. So they hide in there and it slows the process of them having to be accountable for that 1 or 2 minutes, right?
We had the most amazing bathrooms at West High School because they were so old.
They're still old, by the way.
They're so old.
Yeah.
And we had so the soap dispenser, right?
Yeah. Was it one of the powdered ones?
Yeah. So it was basically a dish.
It's
kind of a deep dish.
Yeah.
And then it had a little lever on the bottom, and you push it with your palm, and that opens a little trap door, and a little pile of powdered soap falls into your palm, and then
you're like, and it doubles as laundry detergent as well. that's what you were using. Are you sad that they're
tearing it down?
Well, they're not tearing it down, really, are they?
Yeah, it's completely coming down.
Is it really? I thought they were
so.
using the old building that's going to keep the same old facade and everything. They're using it as the athletics building.
Oh, they might keep a facade, maybe.
That's what I mean. Like that, some of the big stuff is going to be gone, I guess. What I mean is that, I mean, it's going to be built right there where the track was and everything, right? I mean, so it's going to be in the same area. But I would assume that your parents are going to be like butted up against it, right? Like
they're about a block north of that.
Yeah.
But they'll be about a block north of the new school. The important thing is, can they keep traffic off of Second West? Because Second West cannot handle high school traffic.
By the way, if you were an investor in Maverick, this Maverick over here on North Temple is going to get a lot more busy.
It's going to get a lot more business. But I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm sad they're tearing it out. And I know it was an old school. And I had one parent tell me, they got to tear it out because
they got asbestos in the water pipes.
Well, my daughter was telling me that some of the stairs are like worn down, like the stone is worn down and things
That's
like
kind of cool.
I think it's amazing. He presented it as a safety risk.
But also, by the way, is this Rome? Like, those steps have been there since 1100. I know, we got to replace them.
This guy's... I wish
the steps being worn, like, that's a pretty cool thing. Why do you have to have a brand new school all the time? My kids were like, man, all these places in Idaho have brand new schools. I go, yeah, because no one lived out here until like 15 minutes ago. So they have to build new schools out here.
So the state has shown a strong preference for building new rather than restoring or refurbishing.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think that there are a lot of reasons for that. Some of them conspiratorial.
What are the conspiracy theories on this? Hold on.
Well,
I thought it was just a money question.
Look, if you've got a big new campus to build, like West High, but the biggest, the people who might actually get the contracts and do the work.
Yeah.
If really they only want to build new, they don't want a contract for. For a refurb, I think that matters. To some
old
degree.
refurb, yeah.
Look at how they were desperate to tear down a Bravenel Hall.
They were refurbishing.
They went immediately to we got to tear it down, and it was only at the last minute we were able to save that amazing historic building, and I think there just wasn't enough community support.
My kids junior high, they're refurbishing the crud out of it. And they just keep refurbishing, and redoing, and my kids are like, we would go to the oldest school, and I'm like, if they tear it down and build you a new one, which, by the way, would take a gajillion years, you wouldn't be able to go to it anyway. The same thing, they complain, my elementary school kids, too. They're like, the water comes out of the pipes brown. I'm like, well, that might be an issue. But there are so many things that, like, you go into the school, and once you sit down in the classroom, it looks just like a freaking brand new classroom. Because all the tech is upgraded, all that stuff is it's all the same.
I don't, we build everything with an expiration date.
For sure.
West High was not built with an expiration date. It was built of stone and brick and all that stuff.
What else was it built of? Give me all the building materials off the top of your head.
Some metal in there and glass in the windows. But I'm not a big fan of the whole, we're going to build this huge, enormous building, and we're already planning in 30 years to tear it down and replace it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I feel like
I see the complaint.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I get it. It's great if you're in the construction business. But
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break here. We'll come back. When we do return, by the way, Ethan, ghost stories. I saw this story about ghosts, and I said, we got to talk about ghosts on the program more often. And we're going to. This is specifically a psychic revealing the regrets she hears the most from the dead. Stay here with us. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
Does your denture look like a denture? Generic teeth, an unnatural smile, dentures that move when you eat, speak, or laugh? At Grandpa's Dental, we believe your smile should look like you, not a denture. That's why every smile is designed by our experienced doctors and handcrafted in our in-house laboratory. With 47 years of experience, we create smiles that fit your face, your personality, and your natural appearance. And if you're tired of those loose dentures and messy adhesives, today's fixed implant supported smiles provide a secure, beautiful solution that looks, feels, and functions like natural teeth. Ask about our smile upgrade opportunity. Full arch fixed implant smiles start at just $11,999 with some of the most affordable implant pricing in Utah. Your smile should be remembered, not your denture. Grandpa's Family Dental. Our business is dentistry. Our legacy is you. Call 801-262-2040 or visit grandpasdental.com.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest may not enter. Persons who have won in the last 30, 60, or 90 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available at kslnewsradio.com/contests.
Right now, UCCU is offering short-term savings options with incredibly high yields. Simply make a deposit, then watch your savings grow with a fixed rate of return that's much higher than a savings account. UCCU also has great offers on jump-up options. So if rates continue to rise, you can jump up your rate and earn even more. Visit uccu.com to learn more and supercharge your savings today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
I'm Walker Kessler, and I play basketball for a living. So I know how important it is to have the support of a team you can trust. That's why I love UCCU. UCCU is more than a credit union. They're a true financial partner. A local team of experts your entire family can trust at every step of your financial journey. Just visit uccu.com and elevate your banking experience.
Utah homeowners enter to win a new AC from Vyrock Heating and Cooling. Visit VyrockAir.com. All applicants receive a free AC evaluation. Vyrock Heating and Cooling. VAIRockair.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome back. I'm Ethan Millard. He's Alex Curie. And Alex, how do you want to do this? Do you want to roll out the bones here of
No, you
of
can't
this?
say.
Do
You don't say bones when we're talking about ghosts.
That's why I said it.
Okay.
That's why I said
Well,
it.
Ethan, we have anytime we talk about ghosts on this program, which doesn't happen often, but I feel like we can talk about it often enough that
Are you playing host to a ghost? Are there bats in your belfry? Wait, you have a belfry? It's time for Haunted Utah.
Yeah, what? You don't have a belfry?
Will you tell me what a belfry is?
You telling me you don't have a belfry?
Tell me what a belfry is.
You have bats in it. It's a place for bats.
Hold on. I'm going to look up a belfry. Did West High School have a belfry? I feel like it would have.
No, West High did not have a belfry. We did have bats.
Is the belfry where the bells are?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And
right.
Bats. Bells and bats.
I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go. No, but the story, so this was a ghost story, not like a traditional ghost story in the sense that, somebody talking about being haunted. What I love about psychics and mediums sometimes is just the matter-of-fact way that they go, oh, yeah, so while I'm talking with dead people, and I'm always like, yes, fascinating. So this psychic claims that they speak with the dead quite often. Mm-hmm. Often enough that they put an article together about the most common complaints that they get from just common life, death.
Yeah.
Common regrets in death that she hears from the ghosts that she comes in contact with. Back to you.
Oh, you want me to read them out?
I just assumed because that's normally your gig is to kind of roll out the story. But I saw it and I was like, we got to talk about ghosts, man.
Regret number one
Yeah.
is that they didn't play enough. A common theme is that humans need to play more often. That is when they look back on their life review and notice they were so serious and that they had so many opportunities just to have fun, laugh, and play. This one stings because it's so mundane.
Yeah. Okay, I've got questions already.
Okay.
Is the next one going to be that they should have gone and seen a psychic more often? Because I'm already, after number one, I'm like, okay, live, laugh, love, except for you're dead. I should have lived more deeply, loved more often. She basically put up, she's talking about the stuff that you're supposed to do that's on the bathroom wall at your friend's house, okay?
Yeah.
So the ghosts feel like you could have had more fun. What's next?
Next is the second regret of ghosts.
Loved more
of people.
Dead.
That's not really the right way to, because.
No, I love it. No, it is ghosts. Ghosts are the ones who have the regret.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the humans, it's the ghosts.
They wish that they would have practiced their faith in a more positive way. So they're afraid they took the wrong parts of their faith too seriously, and they wish they would have been more positive about it instead of negative about
it.
So there you go. The two main regrets of the dead, according to this medium. Now, I got to ask this.
Yeah.
Because you pinned this on me when you did the tease at the end of the last one.
Yeah.
You actually put this in here.
No, I didn't put it on you. I said I did. I found the ghost. I said I found the ghost story. So I feel bad.
I thought you said that I had put it in there.
No, I said you roll it out. See, this is why we need ghosts, because I want the ghosts to be like, I was watching you guys have the dumb interaction and hear the notes.
Well,
hear the notes you're taking.
If you're a ghost and you have access to a cell phone, text us at 57500. Let us know if these are actually your regrets.
So I would assume that these would be about the same, about the right. This is the right speed.
Do you think
on
that
the regrets?
Do you think this kind of stuff is real?
No. I don't know if ghosts would be like, and how. So you had a seance to be like, give me some of like your big regrets, your shoulda, woulda, shoulda, couldas, your druthers, ghosts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
not real. I agree with you.
I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, I don't think that if there is a version of someone in the afterlife talking to you, I don't think that this is how they do it through an article in Vice. However.
Or a median.
Or a medium. Somebody don't do it on a
downtown.
median, by the way. Don't do it from a median. No, but why on earth, literally, why on earth would that be the way that the dead communicate to us with a lady named Sherry who doesn't know you?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a message to deliver. From who? The person you love the most and I've never met before, but anyway, they're talking to me while they're dead.
You know, somewhere in their car is a woman named Sherry.
She's so mad about it. Why would you say this? I was trying to just think of the most. I don't know. Sorry. Is that what? Fine. Hold on.
No, Sherry is the wrong name for a medium. I would not go to a medium named Sherry.
No,
I would go to a medium named
Ms. or Madam.
Yes,
yeah,
Madam.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay, let me ask co-pilot here. We normally do this at the end of the show, but let me ask the co-pilot here.
What's a good name for a medium?
Yeah, good name for a medium.
Not Sherry.
What's a good name for a...
Sherry is a good name for just a good person.
Okay. Is it? I don't know. I don't know if that's true either. Let me see here. If you're looking for a name based on somebody, sorry.
You didn't? Did you not phrase it
well?
I
didn't spell it well.
You got to do it like this. Hold on. Oh, we're running out of time. We only have like 30 seconds left.
Okay.
Then we got to go to news.
All right.
When we come back, we'll tell you what AI says are the best names for a medium.
Dumbest tease ever. All right, fine.
If you are a medium,
yeah.
we'd love to hear from you. 57500.
Hey, by the way, how zero snow has affected us so far this year. We're going to come back and talk about that after news, traffic, and weather. But also, I have some actual numbers that I wanted to share with you on what the snow, what our actual ski visitor number looked like this year.
Okay.
I've got it.
All right, awesome.
Stay right here with us. More to go after news, traffic, and weather. We will come back and we'll talk about that and much more. Next hour of KSL Brightside continues right here on KSL News Radio.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small to look at our top stories this hour. There's officially no more snow left to melt in Utah's mountains this year, and National Weather Service hydrologist Glenn Merrill says the melt actually ended close to the time it normally does, but it still does not fix the damage done by a record-low snowpack.
It was like putting a Band-Aid on a large wound at this point.
Merrill says the rain and mountain snow we got in the spring helped calm fire and drought conditions a little bit, but it didn't do too much to help our water supply. He says our snowpack and reservoirs both peaked a month early this year, and that's why conservation is going to be so critical this summer. Fire burning near Stockton and Tooele County is still 0% contained. The North Tooele Fire District says the South Mountain Fire is estimated to be 1,000 to 2,000 acres large, but they're hoping added support today helps them make some good progress. They're keeping an eye on the skies, though, with a cold front moving in and bringing in gusty winds with it. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. New research is shedding light on how school cell phone bans, including those here in Utah, could be affecting kids and teachers.
The largest study to date found that while restrictions dramatically reduce phone use during the school day, improvements in test scores and attendance are less immediate. Still, educators say phone-free classrooms feel different. Teachers in New York, which recently marked 1 year under a statewide ban, reported fewer distractions, stronger student engagement, and more face-to-face interaction among students. Researchers say the long-term academic impact of cell phone bans may take years to fully understand. Bethany Braun-Silva, ABC News, New York.
Your money at this moment, the Dow has worked its way back into positive territory now at plus 84 points. The S&P 500, though, is still down 19, and the NASDAQ is still not doing so hot today, down 250 points. Coming up, sunshine and 70s for the next few days, but another heat up is coming. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:02.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Kitchen and bath transformations start with AMC Building Materials. AMC Building Materials is a large kitchen cabinet and countertop supplier serving both wholesale and retail customers. AMC offers factory direct pricing on all interior remodeling materials, giving you exceptional value without sacrificing quality. Most standard items are available for quick payment and pickup right away. AMC Building Materials provides professional service, free design, and free on-site measurements, along with expert installation by top AMC professionals. From bold kitchen designs to beautiful functional bathrooms, AMC delivers outstanding value with styles you'll love. And best of all, most projects can be completed within just 10 days. Come experience beauty you can see, quality you can feel, and service you can trust. Get directions to the new AMC Building Materials showroom at 3678 South 700 West today and schedule your free estimate. Visit amckitchenslc.org. That's amckitchenslc.org.
One of the best things about soda, diet, and nutrition, and that helped me the most to let go of 70 pounds in 5 months, was their dynamic diet with the nutritionist tailoring it to my lifestyle. we get up super early, Amanda. We don't eat at normal times.
Right.
And they worked it out so that I was eating at the times that my family did and the times that I was awake so that it was customized to me. I had a friend who's a type 1 diabetic did soda. Yeah. They customized it to him. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing.
I mean, people have food sensitivities, right? They have weaknesses. They have habits. So it's not one size fits all. It's for you and your specific health needs. This nutritionist you're going to work with, she became like my friend because she really helped me get through. I lost 37 pounds in 3 months, and I've kept it off for almost 4 years.
You can see the results by going to sodadietandnutrition.com. Everybody that does this and that sticks to it has the results without pills, crazy exercises, or fad diets. sodadietandnutrition.com. Because soda is, say it with me, Amanda, state of the art.
How will we ever defeat the British?
By remembering what we're fighting for. General. A country of our own. That will one day celebrate 250 years. How will we celebrate, sir? By going to Strong Volkswagen, where every vehicle is a dime.
A dime, sir?
Yes, 1 dime down at Strong Volkswagen. Hear, hear. With great price reductions on 250 vehicles.
It sounds glorious, sir.
Oh, it is. Lease new 2026 Jetta S, just $235 a month, $235. All-wheel drive Atlas, just $432 a month. And you get a lifetime warranty. Lifetime. And financing, sir? Those with a job and a dime shall drive away.
1 dime down.
The 250 sales event.
Save thousands with event pricing on 250 vehicles.
At Strong Volkswagen. For over 70 years, Strong Volkswagen.
Located downtown, strongvw.com.
Strongvw.com.
And no tax, right, sir?
Well, for details, call 801-596-2200.
Traffic and Weather Together is brought to you by UCCU. Improve cash flow with a home equity line of credit. Here's Ricky Meese.
The crash we had northbound I-15 in Sandy after 106 South has been cleared. Those delays are easing. Now we have an accident in Murray. Troopers just now pulling up on the scene. This is southbound I-15 by about 53rd South, but they're out of traffic on the shoulder. Do watch for a crash southbound 9th East at 5600 South in the right lane. The Good Feet store, supporting you with comfort no matter what the day brings. Find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Forecasted high of 76 degrees today with mostly cloudy skies in Salt Lake City, a 30% chance of seeing rain. Highs in the mid to upper 70s with plenty of sunshine for the next couple of days, and we should be back up into the mid 80s by Friday. Right now, it's 74 degrees, partly cloudy skies in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We are Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
And you're sure management's okay with this?
And Alex Curie.
I thought you cleared it with them.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Curie. And Alex, I did it. So I put into AI.
Oh, this might be the weirdest thing we've put into AI before.
Is this the AI question of the day?
No, but I think it qualifies as a second or third place of something that you could maybe do, but at the same time, like we don't. There's a question I did not think we'd be asking AI today. I'm gonna rescue all the Sherrys out there because that was the best you could come up with for a medium. Was it Sherry? I thought Sherry was a good
name for a medium. So I wrote. This was my prompt. I'm writing a book, and one of the characters is a psychic medium. Give me 5 exotic names that would be great for a female.
But exotic is okay. Fine.
That's what I wanted.
That's fine. Okay.
I wanted exotic, right?
Because you're gonna get like Eastern European. Okay. What do you have?
Serafina Voss.
Okay. Okay. Serafina is pretty awesome.
And then they
put
Voss
is the last name.
Voss, yeah.
VOSS.
Like the water,
That's
like
pretty
the
cool.
Norwegian water.
Yeah, the stuff you don't want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said still water like tap. No.
Number 2, Nixara Moonvale.
Okay, Moonvale's pretty cool.
Moonvale's cool. Number 3, Zulika Ravencroft.
Zulika?
Yeah, Zulika Ravencroft.
So Zulika, again, if you throw Madam in front of any of these, it's big time.
Isolde Merrowwind.
Okay.
And Celestine Nocturne.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So can we leave the Sherrys alone, please?
Okay, fine.
Because they're much better.
Sorry. Oh, I was talking to Celestine Nocturne the other night. Of course you were. It was nocturne and it was at night. Why wouldn't you be talking to her at that
Why
point?
wouldn't
Come
you?
on.
Why wouldn't you? All
well,
right.
good for
Alex,
you.
you promised to tell me how our ski industry did this year. So you say you've got numbers on how many people actually came to and skied in Utah. Is that what you got?
Yeah. So interestingly, too, I think that part of it is that the part that's the most interesting to me is that it feels dire, right? Like if you were to look at this, it feels awful.
The water situation, it does feel awful because we actually this is one of the
the water
stories.
situation is bad. The water situation is bad.
Well, the one of the stories at KSL.com right now is the announcement that we officially hit 0 inches of snow water equivalent on Friday, which means there's basically no snowmelt left to add to the the runoff, which is a little weird because we can still see snow from the valley here, but they're saying is basically it's negligible.
So
is what it is.
Do you remember it was a couple of years ago? The state had its biggest snowfall ever. Like we forget that pretty quickly. That I think it was the 2022-2023 season.
Yeah, but what have you? But what has Mother Nature done for me lately?
Alta had that 900 something inch year. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
So by comparison, 320 inches by April 30th is where we were at this year.
Oh
so
my goodness!
That the snow number.
Oh, you had snow numbers. I thought you had visitor.
No,
numbers.
I do. I have both.
Oh, you do. Oh.
So because obviously you go, dang, we had some awful snow. The difference is that a lot of these people couldn't cancel their trips. They freaking had their deposit was in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
and so
yeah.
we kind of benefited from the fact that a lot of these people still showed up.
Yeah, which actually is a problem. So the internet's a problem in this respect
because it made us look bad.
It made us because people are like, no, go to Utah.
I told you I felt the one time I went skiing one time this year and I fell in the mud. It's not a good place to be. And I'm not just saying the actual mud's not a good place to be. I'm just saying it was terrible.
The year's state average peaked at 8.3 inches, which is slightly above half the median peak average, and it's the lowest in nearly a century.
Yeah, so it was low for sure. But now let me give you some numbers, okay?
Okay.
So the actual visitor numbers, because it's bad. Obviously, the snow total was terrible. But let me remind you that it was 2022-2023. That was the 900-inch season, okay? 2022 and 2023 were really good snow years. Okay snow year 23-24, meh-ish last year also, but this past year, 25-26, was really bad, historically bad, like a century, like you said. From a visitor standpoint, we're down 28% year on year. That's bad.
Yeah.
However, let me give you some numbers for some perspective so you don't freak totally out.
Too late.
This year, 4.8 million ski visitors. Okay? How does that compare? Well, last year it was 6.5 million.
So
the year before that it was 6.7 million, and the big snow year was 7.1 million. In fact, 7.1 million, Ethan, is the most that we've ever done on record.
Wow.
The second most we've ever done on record was the 6.75 2 years ago. The third most that we've done on record is 6.5 that we did last year.
So we've had really good visitors.
That $4.8 million ski visit or 4 million ski visitors, it is definitely off from year to year. It's bad. It's going to be tough to recover from.
Yeah.
It is significantly more than 2019. 2018 beat it by 300,000 people. It's almost 1 million still more than we had back in 2017, 2018.
So you have to go back that far to find
like these numbers, the 6.5, 6.7, 7.1, those were historically high ski visiting numbers.
I wonder, I'll be interested to see.
The 4.8 million ski visitors last year, that's not anywhere near the worst number of skiers that we've had show up. But I think to your point, we still didn't have good snow to ski on this last year.
Well, and I wonder how many bad years do you have to have before you start to
really pile up the bad years?
Really pile up the bad years. And so let's say this next year, 26, 27, let's say it's a normal snow year.
Yeah.
Right? So we kind of bounce back, good skiing. Will the numbers bounce back right away, or will the memory of this year kind of keep next year a little bit depressed, and then it'd take a year or two to rebound? I wonder. Because, that unfortunately for us, when people come out here and have a bad experience, that gets broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Now, especially on social media, and it could just be a bunch of randoms.
Yeah.
But we saw the videos of people walking on mud and dirt to get out of, off of big-time main ski runs,
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I threw my money in the garbage this year on my kids' ski passes, but they did go some. Jeff just texted us and said, don't forget Madame Zeroni.
Oh,
That's
is
a
a
great
medium name? That is a great name.
It is. That's the psychic name from the movie Holes. Do you remember Holes?
Oh, yeah.
That was Zero. That was his spoiler alert, she's the grandma.
So, but speaking of the snow, though, this, I think, underscores how important it is to get the lake handled. Because if the lake is at its proper size, we have more snow.
Lake effect
in the mountains.
hits bigger. Yeah.
And so if we can get more water into the lake, it will get more snow into the mountains, which will make more water available for all of us. And so it's like that. Do you remember that old movie, that old church video where the guy's out in the desert and, he doesn't have any water and he finds the pump?
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a little note in it, and it's got that old prospector voice. Buried under this pump has never failed. You got to pull out the little bottle of water, and then it goes buried, and then use it to prime the pump. You pour it into the pump, and then that pump will fill. You have as much as you want, but you got to prime the pump. If you don't prime the pump, you're not getting any water.
You'll never get it. Yeah.
And the guy didn't learn his lesson. Instead, he just drank the bottle and then died. Right?
Yeah, sure.
The lake is the same thing. If we can just have a little bit of courage, prime that lake, we'll have a lot more water for all of us.
You couldn't wait to be Old Man Millard and tell that story.
I learned that lesson in primary. I don't know why. I don't know why no one else is seeing
You had some
this.
big Great Salt Lake stories.
I don't know why everyone else is not seeing this.
I do love that you rolled up with that story, and then you're like, "You knew what I was when you picked me up."
That was a good one too. That was another good one.
Millard, we got a text,
and the voice he kept repeating, "Just prime the pump." Just
yeah,
prime.
right. Yeah,
and it started going, "Just
prime the pump." So here's a text we just got because I was just saying I'm not a big believer in the mediums. Okay, our producer Caitlin has given away a lot of her personality by saying the type of person that she is by telling us that she sees a woman regularly named Joanne. I don't know if it's regularly. However,
are you sure?
Not regularly.
Not regularly.
Are you sure it's not Madame Joanne Serafina Voss?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But this person, and I said, why would they talk to a rando like Madame Zeroni and not just to me? And this person texts they text a good answer right back to me, okay? Mm-hmm. The dead communicate with mediums because mediums are open to it. And most people would freak out if a loved one tried to communicate.
Well, this is true.
I would freak out.
I would freak out if a dead loved one tried to communicate with me.
I would be very jealous, though, if my dad was talking to Madame Zeroni and...
Not to you?
Right. And then he's all, anyway, that'll be $75.
Alex,
you know
I'd talk to you, but you're not as open as Madame Zeroni is.
She's really nice.
And, I was surprised by that. I thought you'd be more open to this. But anyway, only she's open to it.
I know. What I'm saying,
make sure you leave a
to
good
wrap up the conversation about ski stuff, to the ski visitors. The ski visitors, Ethan, this is between you and me and not the out-of-staters who could maybe hear us.
Mm-hmm.
We still got their money.
Yeah.
We still got some of that money. Come on, man. All right, at least something. We were able to recoup something. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we've got more around the corner. And Ryanair's CEO, Ryanair, I had to be reminded that Ryanair is not Spirit Airlines. Ryanair is still in business. So if you want to talk about discount airlines, the Ryanair CEO says they have a way to be able to make sure that your flight might get somewhere on time and how they might be able to improve travel overall. We'll tell you what that tip is next right here. It is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio. Advanced Window Products. These are the folks that I've been using for a long time, and I'll tell you what happens when you get with the folks at Advanced Window Products. So I've been to the factory here in Salt Lake City. They've been around for 40 years. It's their 40th year of celebrating. They are doing an awesome deal for their listeners right now who are tuning in and saying, you know what? What if I did want to get better windows? It's not just about the beauty, because you're going to get that already. This is a custom window made for you by Utahns for Utah weather. You're going to save the most money because you're going to get all those rebates back. That premium top quality window that you could get even from the national brands, they can't offer the same type of pricing because the folks here at Advanced Window Products, they make them here. They warranty them here. Their installers are from here. Their installers are part of their team. They're not some third-party subcontractor. Here's what they're going to do to take care of you. 10 windows or more right now. All you have to do is go to 801-850-9100. 10 windows or more, $2,500 off. That's right. Act right now. They have financing options. You can get those windows put in. Start it with a free audit of your energy. Just go to 801-850-9100. Give them a call right now, 801-850-9100 or advancedwindowproducts.com.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Getting help with plumbing repairs is easier than you think. All you have to do is call Any Hour Services or schedule an appointment at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary.
That's a late lunch, by the way. If you're doing a 2:30 lunch, I mean, I do it. Who just said the voice just said it? Your lunch break just got.
Yeah. Look, I'll take 3-hour lunches. I got no problem with that.
But I'm also the kind of guy that doesn't. I don't go on the regular lunch break. You know what I mean?
You do it later or earlier?
Yeah, lunch is tonight at 10 p.m.
Okay, good for you.
That's also when I listen to KSL Brightside.
By the way, if you're not doing anything at noon, your lunch hour, you should join us on our live stream.
The actual lunch
You go to YouTube. Yeah. If you just go to YouTube and search KSL Brightside, it'll pop up. That's where we start this show, is at noon on YouTube. And so join us. We always have a great time, always a great crowd there. But Alex,
yes.
We were just chatting about the warm winter we had with no snow, and this has created a bunch of knock-on effects, including how much water is available. One of the interesting knock-on effects, though, is an increase in insects and pests around homes. So pest control companies in Utah saying they're getting killed.
They're loving it.
They
bring on the warm weather. We get to spray bugs early.
That's right. They say they've had way more calls earlier in the year because this has encouraged a lot of insect populations just to pop early in the year more than they normally would have.
That's interesting you brought that up because maybe I'll get in trouble for saying this, but did you notice that when you come into this building, we have all those bug catchers now? The little sticky white squares, they're kind of everywhere. Yikes. And you know what that means? Like that, we've seen it too. That means if those squares are popping up, it's not just a beginning of spring situation. Ethan, KSL Broadcast House is being overrun.
We're under siege here.
Yeah.
So, Alex, they said that one of the items they're seeing the most growth in, or one of the species, one of the insects, is the German cockroach. German cockroaches are the ones that are most common here, and they get in the cracks and crevices in kitchen and bathroom, and they reproduce quickly. which make infestations difficult to control. And even just seeing one or two will very, very quickly
I can see that.
Explode. And so they've had a big, big roach problem around these parts. And, Alex, I know that this insect situation is a problem. I saw it very early on myself with ants. My whole neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Now, we have a lot of ants in the neighborhood just in general.
Do you really?
We do. We do. It's just part of it. This year, it has been overwhelming. Piles of dirt along the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple, like in a row, just piles of dirt.
When those pop up, my kids are always like, where did this come from? I'm like, these animals or these insects work round the clock, my guy.
Yeah.
Like they do not stop.
And I've done some things.
Excuse you?
That I'm not proud of to these ants. No. So I jumped in early.
Yeah.
And kind of did my usual because I really want to keep the ants away from the house.
Sure.
I feel like they can kind of have the rest of the yard. Don't care much about the sidewalks.
Sure.
It's a little unsightly.
Yeah.
And I have done some things that usually in other years work.
Yeah.
Not.
Like what, though? Like
Not
pour
even.
gasoline down them, or what are you talking about?
Just.
Because that's illegal.
I mean,
I don't know
I've
if it
used
is.
legal methods. Let's just say this. I use legal methods, but
Sometimes
the Sierra
those-
Club
sometimes-
would not appreciate it.
Sierra Club.
Like any environmentalist friends that I have.
Yeah, it wouldn't go over
close
well.
your earmuffs for a second.
You've burned some piles of ants before.
Let's just say
In front of children, because that's a felony.
No.
You can't do that.
Let's just say I haven't gone the organic route.
I got you.
But it doesn't matter.
Listen, gasoline's pretty organic.
Gasoline is made from
Dinosaurs.
dead dinosaurs.
Yeah. And you can't get more organic than that, right?
Someone texted in, did he make a homemade flamethrower?
That's what I actually wondered if fire was a part of this too, not just the gas.
And
but the fire.
honestly, I will never, ever, ever use one of those those little torches, those little weed torches. I'll never use one of those. Because you remember that giant wildfire that they had down outside of Cedar City? It was caught.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Sparked off by a weed torch.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and
that's all I need.
My kids, it's us. So did you grow up around? I mean, I don't know how you grew up here in Salt Lake, but like, did you wouldn't have to go that far out when you had relatives who were burning trash in barrels? Like, we had relatives that were always burning their trash. I think about it now, it's wild because you're like, oh my goodness, the stuff that they burned off, I was always like, and you remember that burn barrel that they used? It was just rusted out, weird. And again, this was further away. We didn't do it in the neighborhoods I grew up in because it was quite frowned upon. But if you lived out in the middle of nowhere, burning stuff in a big giant garbage can in your burn barrel, that was totally a thing. Because you would burn the weeds in your ditches. You would do all that.
Yeah. Well,
and fire to control things was a deal, but you know what? It's getting harder and harder to try to figure out.
So if you've got pest problems, it's in part because of the warm winter we had, and I don't know. I guess maybe a colder winter would have killed more of the dormant insects or the eggs that were overwintering. I don't know. Probably depends on the species, but this warm winter we've had is a big problem for pests. Well, I mean, it's great for the pests. It's a problem for homeowners.
Here's what I was going to bring up, Ethan, too. I teased it before the break. The Ryanair CEO, you told me this story, and I thought, because we talk a lot about travel stuff in our show. You and I are both fascinated by travel things.
We love travel.
But this CEO brought an interesting thing up that I thought a CEO never would do, and that is taking alcohol out of the equation, because putting alcohol into the equation, we know what the negatives could be there. Every business owner is like, yeah, but I'm making some money on this thing.
Yeah,
and that's why
true.
you would typically not see somebody like this take a stance on this, but it seems like that the payoff would be more to be able to eliminate alcohol, at least for this guy.
So Michael O'Leary is the CEO of Ryanair. He said that 10 years ago, they had once a week they would have to divert a flight due to unruly drunken behavior, right? Someone just drunk out of control. And about once a week that happened. He said now today, it's once a day.
Once a day?
Ryanair is diverting a flight because someone can't keep it together and they're drunk. And so what he's proposed is in England that, I suspect his preference would be no more alcohol being sold in the airport, because this is what he said. He said, the problem is that these pubs and bars and restaurants in the airport, They get everyone liquored up and then just pass them off to the airline.
Right.
And
he's like, let us liquor them up. We'll pass them off to Uber when we get to the destination.
Right. And so he said, this is what we want. We want no alcohol before a certain time because they sell a ton of alcohol like first thing in the morning.
Oh,
in
for
England.
sure.
In
Well,
England,
because
it's like a big deal.
Well, and not just that. Like, I mean, you can't buy alcohol in the state of Utah before a certain time.
Except the airport, yeah.
Except over
the
here.
The airport lives outside of normal time.
Oh, yeah.
In space. And so he said, we want no alcohol sold before a certain, in the morning and two drink maximum.
Oh, have you ever been to, come visit Utah, Ryanair CEO. We'll teach you about sidecars. We'll teach you about all the, and by the way, these are things that everyone made fun of us for. And a guy is like, did you maybe think about not selling alcohol this early in the morning?
I went to Utah.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
You can't have two shots on the same table, mate.
And so no one likes his idea, though.
Of course not. No.
Because for exactly the reason you said.
No, the Chili's Togo guy is getting all sorts of mad about
those businesses in the airport. They make a ton of money selling alcohol, so they're basically telling the CEO of Ryanair to find another amazing idea that they're not interested.
Well, again,
but this is a real problem. If what he's saying is true, and I have no reason to doubt it, that Ryanair has to deal with a flight diversion every day due to someone drunk.
That's pretty crazy.
Not just drunk. There are probably lots of drunk people on the plane, but drunk and disruptive enough, they have to divert the flight.
So, from what I've also been told, the higher altitude also doesn't help when you get wasted on land, and then when you hit the air, you get up to 30,000 feet, and it actually gets multiplied by whatever your altitude is. It could end up being a problem too.
Yeah.
So
you've got limited. So
you might even be holding your stuff together. But as soon as you get on that plane and you go, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hit 10,000 feet, and then this guy, all the people stand up and go, it starts becoming a zombie flight of drunks. Okay, we'll take a break here. We'll come back after news, traffic, and weather. We've got tons to jump into, and we've got ourselves a couple things to get to, including I've got in front of me a news release that I want to read, and U.S. Senator John Curtis, one of our senators. They weigh in from his office about this very thing. It is violence, or at least the moderation of the lack of threats on social media for local politicians or politicians in general. So we'll come back. We'll talk about that. Stay right here with us. It's KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Good afternoon, 2:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Jeff Kaplan. Our top local story this hour, they're calling it the South Mountain Fire. It's burning in a rural part of Tooele County, and it's already charred about 2,000 acres since it broke out last night. North Tooele Fire District spokesperson John Smith says it's in a challenging spot for the firefighters.
There's only so many resources and so many firefighters to get to that area, and it's in a remote part in between Grantsville and Stansbury Park, and then you've got Tooele City.
He says the wind is posing a challenge today as a cold front shifts the winds in the opposite direction. Right now, there is 0% containment on this fire, but there aren't any structures threatened at this point. Smith says they believe this one was human-caused. Fire officials are warning people do not fly drones near fire areas. Utah Fire Info says during a recent fire, a Moab helicopter saw an unauthorized drone over the fire. No aircraft were hit, but when they see drones, the firefighting aircraft are forced to leave the airspace till it's clear, and that could hinder their efforts. Operating a drone near a fire is a crime in Utah. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. The president says the U.S. must respond after saying Iran shot down an Apache Army chopper near the Strait of Hormuz. ABC's Louis Martinez with details about the drone that was used to rescue the two pilots aboard the chopper.
All of this happened during nighttime. In the middle of the night, around 4 in the morning local time, as this helicopter, normally accompanied by another helicopter, would have been operating together. And then we know now that this boat drone was able to pluck them out of the water.
Neither of the crew members was hurt. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 80 points today, but the tech-heavy NASDAQ was down 250. Coming up, we're stuck in the 70s. KSL weather is on the way next. Stay with us. KSL News Time, 2:33.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
The Management Minute is a service of the MBA program in the John M. Huntsman School of Business at Utah State University. I'm Professor Scott Hammond. Lots of companies do risk assessments to see how their supply chains are disrupted. Just like empires used to build navies to protect themselves from pirates, most businesses, large and small, have individuals or whole teams working to protect themselves from cyber threats. In polls, cybersecurity has ranked as the top concern for senior leaders in the last 5 years. When cybersecurity met artificial intelligence this year, a monster rose out of the sea and threatened to eat Tokyo. Sorry for the Godzilla reference. A new generation of disruptive pirates is using AI to attack your company. Globalization has created reliable supply chain that provide low-cost goods. It's not geopolitical conflict that will break the chain, but AI-driven cybersecurity. Learn more about the forces shaping businesses with an MBA from Utah State University. Go to utahstatemba.com. I'm Scott Hammond. Hope to see you in one of our classes.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
One of my friends hired CertaPro painters, and she raves about their work. Her house looks great, and she loves how they made the entire process worry-free at the right price. And right now, celebrate America's 250th anniversary with CertaPro painters and get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more. Scheduled by July 10th, and let freedom and fresh paint ring. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C, CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Improve cash flow with a home equity line of credit. Here's Ricky Meese.
We're back to a quiet drive on all the Valley freeways. No delays, but delays remain due to road work in Tooele County northbound SR 36 at Main Street, Stansbury Park up to I-80 at Lake Point, and the crash has cleared. Traffic getting through the intersection once again in Murray, 5600 south at 9th East. IFA's Step 3 fertilizer gives your lawn the nutrients it needs to stay green in the summer heat. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL weather. There's a slight chance of a shower this afternoon with a high of 76. Sunshine tomorrow, but we only get to 78 right now. 72 degrees. I'm Jeff Kaplan from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. This is Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. Just a few segments left here on the show on KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. Now, Alex, this next story, I want to say, in one way, does not impact me at all, but in another way, impacts me a lot. Now, on the one hand, it doesn't impact me because I'm not on social media, so none of this impacts me directly.
Ethan's too cool for all the social medias.
That is true. However, I live around a bunch of people who are on social media, so this actually, impacts me in that way. But according to a new study on what's happened in social media, specifically on Facebook or Meta, I guess, once they basically kind of rolled back their moderation. Remember when they did this a little bit ago?
Yeah.
They basically stopped moderating content.
Was it because of
this has kind of been across
was it just
the
business side of it where it was hard to get either they were having to do it, AI wise, or either way it was just it cost them a lot of money or something, or what?
I think it's a combination of things. I mean, obviously it's content moderation is a little bit tough. People are always going to hate
the First Amendment thing, and
and then also there was a lot of political pressure on them to stop moderating, because because their moderation was catching important political people, right? Important people were getting like their stuff deleted and things like that, and so there was some political pressure. So it's probably a number of things, but they said, according to this new study for the Center for Countering Digital Hate, abusive comments have tripled on Facebook. Violent threats have quadrupled. Hateful comments have quadrupled. Harassment has more than doubled. And threats directed at the president have doubled.
Wow.
Now, which is interesting. People, I guess, are just kind of not quite as violently angry at President Trump as they are other things. So violent threats overall quadrupled, but only doubled when it comes to the president specifically.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of, that threatening anybody is not good. Threatening the president comes with its own special version of getting in trouble.
Well, it includes not just being deplatformed, but also a visit from the Secret Service.
Yeah, you get you get these felonies that will come after you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you don't want to get involved in that. So Utah Senator John Curtis has reacted to this by calling for congressional action. He thinks that we need to
have Congress to force Meta. So that's Instagram, it's Facebook, and frankly, is it all the social media platforms that don't moderate?
It seems to me that if they're going to look at this, they're going to look at it for everybody.
Is the KSL.com comment section regulated these days?
As far as I know.
You remember it used to not be? It was just like
I do.
Wild stuff just showed up.
That was wild. Who's this behind us?
Some security threat at this door back here.
Probably. Okay, Alex, this is what John Curtis said. He said, when companies reduce oversight in areas like violence, hate, and harassment, it should not be any surprise to see those harms increase. Similarly, the reported surge in abusive and threatening content directed at public officials is deeply concerning, particularly in light of recent events. Ultimately, this report seriously questions the ability of companies to self-regulate and underscores the need for congressional action to ensure accountability and protect the rights and safety of users.
Yeah, I mean, look, nobody wants to take an action that increases violent threats anywhere. And if you think social media sucks from a day-to-day basis, like if you're a politician, you get hit pretty hard on social media. It's also probably the platform you use the most to be able to speak to people. And so that's the trade-off, right? Is that they go, I got on social media. But also, they said a bunch of stuff about my family, or they threatened me. No one needs to go through that.
Yeah.
And if you take an action and you get more threats and you get more violent threats, and then I don't know if a certain percentage of that get converted into actual, like, people taking action and trying to attack somebody or trying to hurt somebody or trying to kill somebody.
Well, I mean, obviously it's extremely rare for someone to talk violently online and then also act violently.
Is that
it's really rare.
Yeah.
Usually it's just venting online. But really it only takes one. And also I think that I feel like you can create a momentum that negatively impacts someone who is not in the right headspace to defend themselves.
Okay.
That on the fringes of society, there are people who you can work them up enough and they will get violent. So, you could have 1,000 people on social media talking violence and none of them actually go out and commit violence. But you only need one unstable person to read all that and get so worked up that then they go out and they commit the violence.
Yeah, and that's
that I think is the problem.
It's an interesting thing because I think that and then one of our senators having to come out and go, look, I don't come on, man, like I know that this sounds like it's just a personal thing where I can go on here and say I don't want to get threatened violently, This is probably a U.S. senator who's probably also gotten threats before, sent to his office, sent to his email, whatever it might be. His family might be attacked in a certain way, or they get stuff said to him in public.
In this day and age, I think you have to assume any U.S. senator has experienced some level of threat.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit of a backfire, because when you think about it, companies like Facebook were moderating themselves. They were doing it themselves.
Yes.
They had internal policies. They were just doing it. And then they come under this political pressure to stop. But now it's become so bad that the politicians now are considering implementing government rules to regulate it.
Sure.
And I wonder if this was a big backfire. If we should have just let Facebook do their thing in the first place, then we would have now we have the potential to have a law. And I don't know that that's necessarily going to be the best way to do it. I wonder if we all should have just left Facebook alone and let them moderate it. And if you didn't like it, you could just go, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough, too, because they can get on there and use that platform and say, hey, it's my First Amendment right to blah, 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 blah. But also, you know, these guys are also paying for time and space on these platforms, too.
Yeah,
and so when you pay a certain, here's the thing, maybe that's what it is. It's like, hey, if you're a paying customer, we'll protect you all day long. We'll moderate the crud out of your.
Maybe this is Senator Curtis saying, look, man, my campaign buys Facebook ads. Why am I getting death threats on it?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, we spend a ton of money on this thing. Why is it that I still can't go on there in peace? And they go, oh, First Amendment. You go, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm sending you quite a bit of money every month, though. Like, can we work something out here? You know, like this. I just wanted to be able to get on here in peace and get. I don't want to get made fun of all the time during all of this. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We have our AI question of the day around the corner. I still haven't determined what that's going to be, Ethan. So we could take those via text 57500. If you have a text of an AI question you want us to throw out there, we can ask Copilot and see how that thing could get worked out, so we can all learn together. And on top of it, I think that we need to talk more about bugs. No, we did have a lot of people. We did have a lot of people roll up and start talking about bugs. And we also had some very, very naughty stories of people telling on friends who were drunk on airplanes.
Everyone loves stories about bugs.
But stories about bugs and stories about drunk people on airplanes. Because you even said it too. Like, we start not selling alcohol at the airport, Ethan. Your dream of being able to see an interaction of mad confrontation at the airport, it goes down significantly.
It does, and I'm sad for that.
I know that's like a life goal of yours.
I'm
to be able
sad
to see
I went
that.
through the whole pandemic, and I flew a bunch during the pandemic, and I never once saw anyone just go completely nutso. And I feel bad about that. I really those are still some of my favorite
I'm pulling
videos.
for you. That you could still be able to see that one of these
if
years.
they stop selling alcohol at the airport, my chances of seeing that go to zero.
Yeah,
basically.
It's pretty bad. All right, we'll come back. We got more to go around the corner. Stay with us. It's KSL Brightside.
There's one choice for Congress in Utah's 3rd District, Celeste Malloy. Celeste Malloy has President Trump's complete and total endorsement. She fought alongside President Trump to secure the border, grow the economy, protect the Second Amendment, and deliver results for Utah families. Thanks to Trump-endorsed Celeste Malloy, Utah families are seeing massive tax savings, safer communities, and a country that's getting back on track. President Trump and Utah can count on Celeste Malloy to deliver solutions. She will never let you down. On June 23rd, vote for Celeste Malloy, the Trump-endorsed candidate. She has President Trump's
complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Winning for Women Action Fund and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.wfwactionfund.com. Winning for Women Action Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Head to KSL.com/win to see this week's KSL News Radio contest. You could win tickets to Utah Arts Festival, a Logan staycation sponsored by America First Credit Union, tickets to Matilda at Sarah Shell, or a $250 gift card to The Roof. Don't miss your chance to win big all summer long. It's quick, it's easy, and you could be our next big winner. Don't wait. Visit KSL.com/win and enter today.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, If I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots?
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
I didn't realize how bad my windows were until I replaced them. You think your house is fine, and then you sit by a new high-performance window, and suddenly you're not freezing in the winter or baking in the summer. Peach Windows and Doors showed me the difference between builder-grade windows and real performance windows. The glass packages, the seals, the insulation, it's not even close. And here's the part I love. It completely changes the look of the house. Cleaner lines, bigger glass, more light. It instantly feels upgraded. Whether you're building $1 million home or you want yours to look like one, windows matter more than you think. Lower energy bills, more comfort, massive curb appeal. Go see the difference for yourself at peachdoorsandwindows.com or visit their showroom. Trust me, once you see the difference, you can't unsee it. peachdoorsandwindows.com.
Who is Farm Bureau Financial Services? At our core, we're relationship builders. We're home and auto bundlers, life insurers, farm and ranch protectors, and retirement planners. We're neighbors, community members, and friends. We're the people you can count on now and for years to come. Find a Farm Bureau agent at fbfs.com/protect. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
Serving your financial needs today to help you build a better tomorrow. At Cyprus Credit Union, your future is our future. Visit cypruscu.com today.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed and still don't on KSL News Radio.
All right, final segment here on KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millett here with Alex Keary. Final segment, then we kick it off to kick it over to Jeff Kaplan. And did you see this business with Jeep, Alex? So they've got this big recall, more than 1.3 million Jeep SUVs and trucks. Okay. Model years 2021 through 2025. So the Jeep Wrangler SUVs, Jeep Gladiator trucks from 2021 through 2025, they are in recall over an electrical connection issue. So basically, they've got some kind of problem with the electric hydraulic power steering pump wiring. Now, they say that in rare circumstances...
Are these plant-based? Are these the plant-based car parts we were talking about yesterday?
These aren't plant-based car parts, no. This, in rare circumstances, can cause combustible materials to overheat and lead to a vehicle fire. Now, here's what they're recommending, though. Until you can get in, so you can obviously still drive this. Until you get it into for the recall, do you know what Jeep's recommendation is?
To sell it and get a and get a Volkswagen.
No, they're recommending that you park outside and away from structures or other vehicles until you can get the fix done. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so what years on these Jeeps again?
So it's 2021 through 2025, the Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Gladiators.
Yeah, Jeep takes a big hit these days on the quality stuff. They've been hit pretty hard on that. I'm a car guy. I follow a lot of car stuff.
Do you?
Yeah. And
I like the Gladiator. I
up.
think that's cool.
That's the truck one, yeah.
You remember the old Scramblers? I loved those Scramblers.
Yeah, the thing is that it just is. I was reading about it too because Stellantis, who owns Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram,
Lamborghini, something else.
Well, Fiat. It's the Fiat group, and so, and that's who still owns the majority of. So the reality is that the vast majority of I can't think of a more, like we have American brands, you know what I mean, in making cars, but Jeep is mostly owned by the Fiat group.
Yeah, this is who Stellantis owns.
It's like 20%, something of like that Fiat family, basically. Who's
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Lancia, Maserati.
By the way, you just listed off Lancia, Maserati, Fiat. Like, those are ones that I would never go. And that's why I stand by it, because the engine has never gone bad on me.
You see this Chrysler? It's basically a Maserati.
No, it's like you see.
Basically a Maserati.
That's what you say. I drive a Maserati, adjacent brand. That's what you have to say.
They also own Citroen and Peugeot, Vauxhall and Opel.
Now, I will say I drove a Peugeot for a while.
Where?
In Argentina.
Oh, in Argentina. Oh, when you were down there. Yeah. How was it?
I loved it.
Did it just drive like a?
It was a turbo
Honda
diesel.
Civic?
It was no. It was a turbo diesel. It was a stick. I loved it. The Peugeot. Yeah, it was
Isn't
the
that
old,
interesting how often you run into manual transmissions outside the United States?
Oh,
They're everywhere.
It is. That's why it's called the standard transmission, right? Because it's the standard kind of everywhere else. I taught my kids, so we're in a. I didn't tell you this either, too. So my son works at a golf course, but he drives a stick in his day-to-day driving.
Okay.
Right. And a little tiny Volkswagen with six-speed manual. He hated learning on it, but now it's like a life skill you don't want to lose. And they had this massive overhaul of, I guess, bunkers at the place that he worked at. And they had to shovel bunkers. They had to shovel sand for hours out of bunkers. Except this guy got to drive the tractor back and forth. You know why?
He's the only one that knew how to
drive the stick, dude.
That's amazing.
I know.
Some of my favorite.
I said, you need to get in that trench, though, because hopefully for a minute, because you're not going to earn a lot of friends when you're just going, I guess I'm the only one who's out to drive the stick. Have fun down there, fellas. You know,
some of my favorite news stories, crime news stories, are car thefts that are foiled because they can't figure out.
Like,
so they jump out and leave.
I just love the idea of them getting in the car and staring at it. What the heck is this? You know what I mean? Like, I actually think that I think that I'll be bailed out. I bet there have been Teslas that have foiled. Thefts because they're getting there and go, what? Okay,
Did I tell you what happened with me?
No.
So we rented a Tesla. We went to a family reunion in Austin. So I had my kids with me.
Yeah.
Rent a Tesla.
Yeah.
It was the cheapest car at the time because it was that weird time, at least in Austin, where they were just dumping Teslas everywhere.
Sure.
So it was the cheapest car by far. I said,
Were you in valet mode the entire time you had it? Because that was happened to me one time.
No, I wasn't in valet mode.
I couldn't get out of it.
But I got in there. We got in there, and it's July in Austin.
It's hot. Yep.
And I could not figure out how to turn.
Oh my gosh!
And I sat there it took me at least 5 minutes. Felt like 5 hours.
Yeah, because you're sweating your butt off.
And my kids were being so mean to me about it.
You deserved
it. Was like the most,
by the way.
In their
you deserved every
their
second
mind,
of
it was the most humiliating thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they just lost all confidence in their father. And I was so frustrated. And I kept snapping at them because they were chirping from the back seat, and I just was, I'll never forget that. Now, once we had it going and I figured it out, it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed driving that Tesla for the 4 days I drove it.
Ethan, we were talking a little bit about, refresh my memory on the bug story with relation to our mild winter that we had and now the bugs that everybody's doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you wanted me to go back
to that? I have an AI question of the day, and it's going to be based off of the amount of ants that you tried to burn with was it pressurized natural gas that you put into the sidewalk? Is that what you said? I'm trying to because I want to know, because it's going to be based off of this, but I want to know kind of where the story popped up from in the first place.
So on KSL, the headline is this: warm winter leads to early surge in pests, including cockroaches. And that's what grabbed my attention. Now, for us,
cockroaches are a big deal.
For us in our neighborhood, it is ants.
The ants came out early?
Ants, but see, it's ants every year. It's just, part of it. This year, though, the ants are a problem.
Okay, so
a real problem.
Here's a couple things that I just found out, because we have ants here in the city of Utah.
I'm not doing the magnifying glass thing.
Oh,
it
you know what?
Long.
It does take too long. But you know what? It's a good summer activity for those kids who are bored.
I guess.
Pete is all, what did you just say?
Why don't you go out and kill some things?
The burning of the ants still works all these decades later. Actually, I would say it works even better nowadays with the sun.
Global warming.
So here's the deal. In Utah, so I asked this question to what's it? Copilot.
Copilot, yep. AI.
What's the best way to get rid of ants that are infesting your front yard and parking areas and sidewalks?
All right.
For a large ant infestation in your front yard and parking strip, the most effective approach is usually baiting them first.
Mm-hmm.
See, this seems inhumane.
How do you bait them?
Like, you call them. You call them up. Yeah, you call them up and go, "Hey, dude, we're all outside having the party. Like, what are you doing? You were supposed to come out." It says in the state of Utah. And this point, I thought Ethan's in trouble because I thought there's going to be something listed on here. Common yard invaders include pavement ants. I did not know that was a thing. Pavement ants and odorous house ants, plus field ants. Okay. I just assume they're all ants.
I think we have all of those.
Yeah. If you're seeing large amounts and mounds and parking strips, things like that, often pavement or field ants, use ant bait to bring them out. Then, and it gives you a list of a bunch of things like that.
Magnifying glass now?
No, then the magnifying glass. It says you got to treat the mounds, drench it with an insecticide labeled for outdoor ant control. Okay. If you don't have time for all that, you can, it says broad treatments with an insecticide that you can get at your local. See, a lot of this is just going and buying new stuff, which I assume that Copilot works for Ace Hardware.
We've got an Ace Hardware near my house, and they know who I am for sure.
They'll get it. So what I'm saying is that can you burn them?
You know what I think? I think my ants have developed a tolerance.
Oh, yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like I should put a sign out on the parking strip just warning dog walkers, hey, don't bring your dogs around here. There's an embarrassing amount of chemicals.
You can burn ants, but it's generally a bad idea, not very effective.
Well, and you accidentally start a fire.
There you go.
Start a wildfire.
Jeff Kaplan's Afternoon News coming up right now. Stay right here.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Jeff Kaplan. Right now, a comfortable 73 in Salt Lake City. KSL's top story. Another lawsuit against the proposed ICE detention center on the west side of Salt Lake. This one focused on how detainees are treated. KSL News Radio's Eric Cabrera joins us live from Salt Lake City. Eric?
Jeff, I'm just outside the Utah State Bar where this morning a newly formed coalition of attorneys, educators, and community activists calling itself Uproar Utah argues the project raises civil rights, due process, and humanitarian concerns. Liliana Bolaños, who works in immigration law and policy, shared her own experience